Hello, lovely people. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are going to learn how to implement rigid body physics in an Unreal Engine sequence. I don't know why it is so hard to find any tutorial on this topic. Maybe people have it figured out already, but here is a video for anyone who is still struggling. So, I have a simple level here and I want to simulate a sphere in a projectile motion. I am going to create a new sequencer for it and open it up. Drag and drop the sphere from the outliner to the sequencer. We get a transform track by default, which we are going to use to provide the initial keyframe motion to our mesh. But as you can already see, this is not enough to simulate physics, so we add a static mesh component and track a simulate physics track. And like any sane or insane person, we keyframe it to be inactive at the start and keyframe it to activate at the frame where we added the last keyframe to our transform track. Awesome. Done. End of video, right? Just joking. If you play now, you will most likely see that motion stops after the last transform keyframe and your expectations of simulations are shattered by reality. If you have watched my previous video on using physics simulations in Sequencer, then you would already know this, but let me remind you that the simulations in Unreal Engine are taken care of by the engine itself. And as long as the engine is not running, you will not see any kind of simulations. So go ahead and change the play button to simulate and try playing the sequence again. Progress. There is one last thing to settle before we can see our simulations, and that is this transform track, which actually is like a bully. It takes up all the space and doesn't let anyone else do their job. So we need to stop it wherever necessary by chopping it up. Also, we need to tell it to be good by making it keep state when finished. And with a bit of luck, you will have your keyframe driven simulation working. But something feels off, isn't it? That is not how it should behave. Shouldn't it get flung farther or something, you might point out? And you would be correct. You see, sometimes having something chosen for us beforehand is not really a good thing. Just like how this engine selecting auto for your keyframes is not a good thing for your simulations. But it is not the engine's fault also. It didn't know you were going to simulate something from the get-go. So, we just select the last keyframes, right-click and make them linear. And finally, now when you go back and play your sequence, it should work just fine if everything else was set up properly. And that's it. Don't forget to like, share and comment on the video if it was helpful, and subscribe to the channel for more such content. See you again in the next one. Have a great day.